Welcome to episode number 4 of this Austin Dundons NHL 22 Expansion Draft Franchise Series. And today I'm actually playing my Austin Dundons NHL 22 Expansion Draft Franchise, as I just said, obviously I'm playing that because I just said that. Like I said, I'm obviously playing that because I just said it, 10 seconds ago. But either way, the Austin Dundons are about to play the Arizona Coyotes, as you can see on the screen. It's the Coyotes at Dundons, at the Doghouse, here on February 28th, 2022. It's a trade deadline in this game, and you're wondering why it's on February 28th. I know in real life it was, I believe, on March 20th or March 21st. It's because in this game, which this is a expansion of our franchise, obviously, because I said that, and it says it in the title. There's technically 33 NHL teams here in this franchise, with the 31st being the Golden Knights, 32nd being the Kraken, and then the 33rd NHL team being the Austin Dundons. So technically, because there's 33 NHL teams, this is not the schedule in real life. Because obviously in real life there's only 32 teams, not 33, and because it's not the schedule in real life, there was no 2.5 week break for the Olympics. Obviously in real life there was that 2.5 week break or whatever, 2-3 week break for the Olympics. Obviously the NHL did pull out their players in that 2 or 3 week break that was supposed to be for the Olympics. Instead of having that time being off, or instead of having the players go over to the Olympics in that in those 2 or 3 weeks, instead they made up some games, because obviously around December there was 50 postponements because of COVID, so they made up all those games in that 2 or 3 week span where the players are supposed to go to the Olympics, but they didn't because one reason, COVID, and then all the COVID postponements. So really 2 reasons. The Coyotes are 22, 34, and 6, and they're 3-5 and 2 in their last 10 games. And then the Dundons are 34, 27, and 1, and we're 5-5 and 0 in our last 10 games. And right now, as well as at the standings really quickly here before we get into the game, because I'm out of time, because I'm at kind of a time rush here. So I have to leave to go to the gym. I have to leave to go to the gym in about an hour, so I gotta hurry here. But first, I'm gonna show you the standings. Central Division: Blackhawks in first place, Stars in second place. Dundons are in third place with 69 points. I just had 34, 27, and 1 with 69 points. There's 62 games. That means we have 20 games left because you play 82 games during the season, or the season's 82 games long, and we're played 62 games so far, so 20 games to go. And right now we're in third place in the Central Division. And remember, it's not 3 in each division make the playoffs, and then after that, 2 wildcard teams. And right now, the Jets are one of those wildcard teams. I believe the first wildcard team, or actually, not sure if they're the first or second. 66 points, right? 66 points to. So it looks like both wildcard teams have 66 points. But either way, so that means the Dundons are only in the playoff spot by 3 points, because the Jets have 66 points in one of the 2 wildcard spots, and then the Calgary Flames have 66 points, and they're in the other wildcard spot. So right now it'll be the Blackhawks, Stars, Dundons, and Jets made in the playoffs from the Central Division. The season ended today, which it doesn't. And then in the Pacific Division, it would be the Edmonton Oilers, the Vegas Golden Knights, Anaheim Ducks, and the Calgary Flames. But the Canucks are 3 points back. Kraken are 5 points back. Kings are 6 points back, and even the Sharks have an outside chance, 7 points back. And then the Metropolitan Division, which is one of the 2 divisions in the Eastern Conference, it's the Hurricanes, Penguins, Devils, and it looks like both wildcard teams are in the Metropolitan Division, and those 2 teams are the 2 wildcard spots are the Capitals and the Blue Jackets. And then over in the Atlantic Division, just 3 teams that would make the playoffs if the season ended today. It would be the Lightning, the Panthers, and the Sabres. Sabres, yes, they haven't made the playoffs in real life in forever. But in this game, they're in a playoff spot right now, but they're still, like I said, about 20 games to go. 20 games for us. There's other teams that have played 63 games. There's teams that have played 64 games. So it's like everyone's played, and there's one team that's played 65 games. So it's like all the teams that have played 62 games, 63 games, 64 games, and then the only team that's played 65 games is the Oilers. At least that I can tell. I might be missing one. But either way, we have 20 games left. We're holding on by a thread. This is a game we have to win here. But the Coyotes, they're not good. I mean, I think aren't they in last place in the Central? No. Well, in the real life, they are in the Central Division. But the thing with the series, I have to tell you this, that in this series they put the Austin Dundons from Austin, Texas, in the Pacific Division. Like, they're not in the Pacific. I mean, the Dallas Stars, who are in Dallas, Texas, are in the Central. And the only way to get the Dundons to the Central Division, I had to take the team out of the Central Division and put them in the Pacific, while I put the Dundons in the Central. And the only team the only team that could do that is the Arizona Coyotes, because they were in the Pacific prior to last year, or prior to last season. So I believe the Coyotes are actually in last place. Or no, I have it out to the Pacific Division. I didn't use, because there's 9 teams in the Pacific, and you can't see it unless you see. Yeah, the Coyotes are in last place, but you have to scroll all the way down to see that, because there's 9 teams, and if you're at the top, it only fits 8 teams, and there's 9 teams in the Pacific. Because obviously in this game, there's 33 teams in the NHL. And the 33rd team is obviously the Dundons. But that aside, if this ever same signs, lads, let's get into the game right now. It's a game we gotta win. I mean, 100%. Yeah, I want the AHL affiliate game to be simmed, yes. Because, I mean, the Coyotes are in last place in the Pacific Division, or the Coyotes are in last place in the Pacific Division, and they're possibly to be one of the worst teams in the conference and or the league. But yeah, home uniforms for us, away uniforms, or home uniforms for us, away uniforms for the Coyotes. Style traditional, only 4 minutes, still pro, honest, trainer adaptive. Let's get into the game right now. Looks like we have a better offense and a better defense, but they have a better goalie. We have a better offense by 5, we have a better defense by 4, but the Coyotes have a better goalie by 7. Our two goalies is Jake Ottinger and Craig Anderson. Right now, Ottinger's our starter, but they might start Anderson in this game. I'm not sure who's starting. Hopefully it's Ottinger. Let's watch the presentation. James Sabalski. Hi, friends. Let's go, boys. Here we go. Here we go. Wember taking the face-off against Smoltz, and he wins it. The win by Alexander Wember, our captain. Now to the slot. Broken up. Wember with a shot, and Darcy Kemper is a goaltender for Arizona. I was saying in real life he was on the Avalanche when the Avalanche won the Stanley Cup, a month ago, give or take. But then he signed with the Capitals with a 5-year contract. Signed with the Capitals on a 5-year contract via free agency. Verdal was doing the face-off, so I lost it. We lost our last 2 games. I believe both in regulation. And what a hit! Here's Niederreiter up ahead. Here's Smek. Here we go, up ahead. Wember will shoot it. Love save Kemper. And we have a defenseman, I forgot his name, as Connor Brown's 51 points lead the Coyotes at 51 points. There's Don, our mascot, behind the glass over there, behind the boards. Here we go. We win the draw. Shot! Love save Kemper. And Yandel now has it. And lost it. Wember jacked it, but backdoor score! Jake DeBrust. Dundon strike first. 20th goal this season, 2:15 in the hockey game. And our goal horn is the Dallas Stars, the Austin Dundon's goal horn is the Dallas Stars goal horn. A backdoor after the steal by our captain, Alexander Wemberg. Passes it backdoor to Jake DeBrust, and he buries it. 1-0 Dundons, just under 3 minutes into the hockey game. Assisted by Wemberg. We win the draw at center after the goal. Here we go, shot! Their body was blocked. Their bodies was blocked. And like I said, the Austin Dundon's goal horn is the Dallas Stars goal horn, which is and if you don't know, the Dallas isn't my favorite team. That's turned over now. Back the other way, Keller! And stopped by Ottinger. Passes it out to Niederreiter. Here's Wember, who got almost put that from behind. He's still out there. Shot! Love save Kemper. And he'll cover it and freeze it. 14:53 to go in the first period. 1-0 Dundons. First game since being traded, Connor Brown. I wonder what team he was traded from. But this is the trade deadline, so I get why he was traded. This is his first game after being traded. Shot! What a save by Kemper. Passing out to his teammate because there was no Dundons player within like 20 feet of the crease. Here we go. Back the other way. And I got stolen away. Here's Silverbird. And I just intercepted by Russell. Here we go. And I got poached the way. Yandel went right into a buzzsaw or right into a roadblock. Here's Mary's Conti and Nemi. I might be botching his name. Here we go. And that did not work. I intercepted. The poach that got intercepted. Paul Mary! Stopped by Temper. With 11:58 to go in the first. Where this see Darcy Temper on the Coyotes. But like I said, the Austin Dundons goal horn is a Dallas Stars goal horn, which, oh well, Dallas Stars are my favorite team, so that's why the Austin Dundons goal horn is a Dallas Stars goal horn. Here we go, back the other way. Here done the Coyotes, looking for the equalizer. Here as we're halfway through the first period, give or take. And now Kraus got bumped off the putt. Roslovic will pass it Tristan Berry. Riley Nash will slow up, stopped by the goaltender. Now Murray right in! Hit the post! I believe it hit the goaltender's glove, and then it hit the pipe. And now a Pochette. And the Coyotes eventually did the putt down 9 minutes ago in the first period, and counting. 1-0 Dundons. We've had our chances. Back the other way! And that got Jet from behind, putt Jet from behind, but then I passed the putt down the ice, and that will be an ice in against, Austin. 8:19 they down in the first period. Here we go. Face off to Andre's left. Here we go. Pass up at that. Intercepted by Brown, who just got traded. And that's today or yesterday. I'm not sure because I just said this game is on the trade deadline. Here we go. Back the other way, and I got intercepted. 10 receiver was Sod. That got intercepted here. Here we go. Here's Brown. I tried to hit a dime, and it worked. Right point, right to the slot. Oninger said no with the glove. Kind of was a knuckler. Here's Roslovic, now Nash. Nash the other way. Well, did it the side. Shot by side. Broken up. Now Nash got sent into the net, and he slowed it up, and he's literally in the net. He was literally in the net in the blue paint. Now sent. Roslovic. Over. That got intercepted, and it stays in though. The defenseman goes all the way to the slot, and he just missed it. That might have hit the post again. Now Nash, who just got killed earlier, now a backdoor feed! I didn't mean to do that. Backdoor again! No. 3 minutes ago, but my goodness, Nash got killed. Got hit so hard. I mean, sometimes you see that animation where it hits so hard, and then it takes like 5 seconds to get up. It took him about 5 seconds to get up, and he was literally in the net. He was literally between the goaltender and the goal line. Here we go, down low, blocked. Here's Roslovic, 2 minutes to go, still 1-0 Dundons. We had plenty of chances. They were dominating. Shot! Oh my! That was wide open. At the point, Orlov kept it in. Orlov! Stopped by Temper, which kept him in the game. 1:17 to go in the first period, and it's still 1-0 Dundons. My goodness. Come on, one bird. Our captain hitting the face-off. We lose it. Over to Yandel. Here's Roussel. Recognize that name. Might be a former Dallas Stars. Right out the middle. And they got blocked by Cement. Here we go. Back the other way. 8 seconds. Shot between two players and knocked out. Wenberg hit between was hit out of there. Was kicked out of there behind the net. And that's the end of the first period. And in the first period here in Austin. Scores 1-0 Dundons. You know, we had so many chances. We did get a goal though, but we could be up 2-0 and 3-0. We outshot them 13-2 in that period. That's rare. Usually it's not saying I usually get outshot 13-2, but I rarely see that because remember the difficulty is on pro, and you rarely see me have more time in attack, which means time in the other team's zone. Usually you see the other team have more than me, but in this case it's the other way around. Face-off's fine, 3 in favor of the Dundons. Neither team has any penalty minutes, neither team has any power play minutes. And yeah, the 1 goal scored by the Dundons was scored by Jake DeBrusque on the nice feed, backdoor feed by our captain Alexander Wenberg. Let's get in the center period right now, here in Austin, 1-0 Dundons. Come on, boys. Here we go. Come on, Wembird. Our first line is DeBrust, Wembird, and Niederreiter. I just said Alexander Wembird's our captain, and then Jake DeBrust and Kyle Palmieri are two. And what a hit. Down low now. Here's Yandel. Right on in front. Save Ottinger. Another save. Ottinger. And he passes it right out. Right on in front on the doorstep. I don't know why I passed that out. Now on in front of the Putjat. As that could have been a goal as Ottinger. What a hit. Now picked up by 74. DeBrust. The Niederreiter. And that guy hit a body. DeBrust got killed. And it went right on in front. Coyotes have it. But like I said, our captain is Alexander Wembird. And our two alternate captains are Jake DeBrust, who has scored the only goal for the Dundons, and Kyle Palmieri. Back the other way, here's Wembird. Weaving in and out. He just missed that. Silverbird, sub-rebound. Oh, that was juicy. But Coyotes player Donnan possibly saved the goal. Fisher got hit to tomorrow. And now, Teller's Putjat, the Dundons player. Ottinger said no, though. Passes this one out to his teammate, not the other team. He did that last time. Passed it to a Coyotes player, literally 2 feet in front of the goal. Here we go, weaving in and out, but eventually got Putjat away. 13 minutes ago, 13.5 minutes ago in the in the second period. And here's DeBrust now. One of our two alternate captains is Kyle Palmieri, our other alternate captain. As I said, our captain is Alexander Wembird, and our two alternate captains are Jake DeBrust and Kyle Palmieri. Shot blocked by Orloff. And that hit a body. Coming out is tempered, but I don't think it was going to be an icing because they hit a Coyotes player, and they were hit a Dundons player. I'm not sure. 11:30 to go. And ended up blocked in front. Now that's the point. Slapper! Ottinger said no. And this one I'm going to not pass out. It's a giveaway. It's a puck giveaway, as you can see that puck up against the glass. It's on the inside of the glass where like, the fans are sitting, but it is a puck giveaway here at the arena. Here we go, and we lose a face-off. Now to the right point. Ottinger said no. Now tipped out of there. Barry behind the net, or behind the goal line, or below the goal line. Here we go. I did not mean to do that debate pass, though. I didn't try to do that, but saw it just got sandwiched between the boards and that Coyotes players. We're over halfway through the hockey game. Still 1-0 Dundons. It went right out of the slot, blocked. And Barry almost turned it over. What a pass to Nash, but the Nash was lost the puck at the blue line, or not, dumped in. 7:30 down here in the stadium. Still 1-0 Dundons. Here's Russell, but looking for some insurance here. Back a pass over. Saw it right to the slot. Broken up. Now back the other way. Here's Hunt. Not launched. Now back the other way, here's Roslovic. Roslovic, right to the slot! Oh, what a save by Darcy Kemper, who's kept him in the game. 5:26 to go in the second period. It's 1-0 Dundon still. Pierre-Luc Dubois is sitting in the faceoff. He wins it. Cernat. Zadorov. Cernat again at the right point will shoot it. And that almost was stopped, but then there was a Dundons player right on the doorstep. And what a hit! Overshot! Stopped by Kemper. That was DeBrust, I believe it's a chance. 4 minutes to go in the middle frame here in Austin. 1-0 Dundons over the Coyotes. Here in the game on the trade deadline. Stopped by Ottinger. I did not mean to do that. I thought Ottinger was going to get that. Now behind or below the goal line. 3 minutes to go. And a 1-0 Dundons lead right now. Here's Beadle. And here's Yandel. Slapper. He wound it way up. But the Dundons were down in the way. Now Bunton. And here's Gutterow. Turned it over. 140 the Dundons behind the net. Coyotes have it. Right point. Now Chunyuk. Bunton. He not taken down. Penalties upcoming. The late penalty on the Dundons. And that's a shot is stopped. What a hit. We didn't get possession though. Still, here's Brown. And a little knuckler stopped and held by Ottinger. 6 seconds to go in the period. It's a tripping minor on the Dundons. And it's on the Tita Zadorov. 6.7 to go. It will roll over into the third period if the Coyotes don't score in this, 6.6 seconds. And we win the faceoff. And it is not out of the zone. Dawson Bear keeps it in. Stopped by Ottinger to pass it out. and the horn will sound. As we cannot get a save there, or a clear, but Andre makes the save, throws it out, end of the second period, it's still 1-0 Dundons. In that period, we were outshot, what, 8-6, I think? No, 9-4, I can't do math. But we outshot them in the first period 13-2, but they outshot us 9-4 in the second period, so now, we had the momentum in the first period, but now in the second period, really no one has in the first period we had the momentum, but in the second period neither team had the momentum because no one scored. It was 1-0 Dundons after 1, and it's still 1-0 Dundons, but now after 2. And now the Coyotes have more time to attack than the Dundons by like 30 seconds. Here we go. Let's in the third period here in Austin. Dundons up 1-0, but the Coyotes still have a minute and 54 seconds of power play time. Let's get into the third period right now. Dundons up 1-0, but we still have Dundons up 1-0, but the Coyotes still have a minute and 54 seconds of power play time. And we lose the faceoff to start period number 3. Coyotes in the power play trying to tie the game, and this one will clear. Orloff will send it down. And now get in there first is Riley Nash, right on in front, and he got poached it away. Now that did not work. Orloff will did it to center, but not out of the zone. Brown got Chenyard! What a save by Jake Ottinger! But then I double hit X, so Cernak turned it over. This one is out of the zone, but not all the way down the ice. But what a glove save by Jake Ottinger, flashing the leather. That got poached it away. Diderot did it out, but not down the ice. Riley Nash stole a puck, but then that did not work. Here's Keller, center ice right in front of the scorer's table. Keller just got hit to tomorrow by the guy I was using. And now, I don't know how in the world that we keep turning over. No, in front, Brownson. No, or Ottinger said no to Brown. Nash, Diderot, and this one we're doing on the ice. Temper behind the net. Sending penalty unit out there for Austin. 40 seconds to go in the power play for Arizona. And it poached it. Brown lost the puck. And sent out of the zone. Yandel was cut it off at center ice. Almost turned over by Arizona. Here we go. 25 seconds to go. Shot, rebound, score. Tie game. Killer with a power play goal on the rebound, and the game's tied. 15 goal of the year. 131 in the third period. It's a power play goal. Tie game. 8:29 to go, or 18:29 to go in the third period. Assisted by I'm not gonna say who's assisted by. I can't really pronounce those names. And that puts it or nailed from behind. It's a 1-1 game now. Yandel lost the puck. Continemi, Palmieri, our other alternate captain. Back the point. Barry to the slot. Silver got hit to tomorrow. Murray stopped by Temper. 16:46 to go in regulation. It's a 1-1 game. Yeah, so Keller got the goal, but I don't know how to pronounce the two guys yet. Keller got the goal, but I'm not sure how to pronounce the two players who got the assist, so I'm not going to say their names because I don't want to look bad. Barry got knocked off the punt. Delayed penalty on the Coyotes. Shot! Stop! So let's let a penalty on the Coyotes. Delayed penalty out in front. What a save by Temper, but now we're doing on the power play. Colin is, or the penalty is slashing on Larson Krause. I love hockey with two hearts right there. 2 minutes for slashing, and now we're on the power play. Looks like the Coyote, or we're 14th, or no, we're 14th in the NHL. Our points-wise, we have the 14th best record, or the points-wise, the Dundons have the 14th best record in the NHL. The Coyotes have the 33rd best record in the NHL points-wise, and 33rd means last. So they're the worst team in the league, and we're not winning. But we can retake the lead here. 15:54 to go in the third. It's a 1-1 game. We win the draw. DeBrusk will shoot it. Blocked. Continemi scores! Power play goal. Continemi. And the Dundons retake the lead with a power play goal of their own. 2-1 Austin. Let's go. Power play goal for Mary Continemi. I might be botching his name, but regardless of if I'm botching his name or not, we have the lead. Here we go. Here's Niederreiter shot and not go. Wenberg gets it though. Below the goal line. Back door. Intercepted by Keller, the only Arizona goal scorer. 14 minutes to go. Now Brown. Right in front. Shots of rebound. Stopped by Ottinger. But stolen. Brown with a backhand there. Stopped by Ottinger. And now Niederreiter below the goal line. And this one will get out of the zone. Under 13 to play. And get in there first is Wenberg. Wenberg right in front. Stopped by Temper with 12:19 to go. You didn't miss anything. The only thing you missed, or you didn't miss any sorry about that. You didn't miss any like game play. But the only thing you missed was that I charged my camera for like 10 minutes because my camera was about to die. Because I only had 1 bar left. Now it has 2, but 2 bars should be enough to finish this episode, or to finish this game, really both. 12:19 to go in the third period, 2-1 Dundons. Only took 3 seconds scoring that power play goal, by the way. Here we go, 12:19 to go, offense on face-off for Austin, up 2-1, 12 minutes to go. Lose the I just win the face-off, I'm not sure what happened. Here's Murray, lost the punt, foot race, but did in there first is Tristan Berry, who lost it! Ottinger stays put, but then Berry comes back and gives him a bump. And that hit a stick. Here's Fisher. Palmieri just rocked him! And I don't know why my guy just stopped moving his tracks. He was moving to the right and then he just stopped. And it's a nice sentence to Dundons. Host the Predators, host the Coyotes, and then it looks like we go to Carolina to play the Hurricanes, I believe it said, or I don't who we're playing. I think it said the Hurricanes. I don't think it said the Hurricanes because I don't know what it said for the third game. But anyway, shot, stop, rebound, right in front. Ottinger said no. Here's Palmieri, under 10 to play. Palmieri's got hit to tomorrow. And I didn't mean to do that. I didn't realize that the die was user. And now Silverberg got hit to tomorrow. So it's going to be a hit fest. Shot. Ottinger said no, and he covers with 8:10 remaining. Still 2-1 Austin. 8:10 to go. Here we go. Riley Nash on the face-off. 121 saves on 21 shots. Lost the face-off. Got the puck off the tie-up, though. Here's Sod. Lost it. Just past the Arizona blue line. 7:10 to go. Barry stole it, but then Barry lost it. Now Kraus. Shot. Ottinger through all the traffic made the save. Now in the corner. Sod's got it after Ottinger passed it out. Across, and intercepted, almost picked back off by Austin. Under 6 to play. Still 2-1 Dundons. Trying to toe drag. Stolen by Nash. Shot! Stopped by Temper. We haven't had a shot forever. Now Murray! Stopped and held by Temper with 4:33 to play. Face-off's 10-10. 4:33 to go. Good face-off here in the offensive zone for Austin. Now we lose it. Back behind the net. I tried to hit that guy, but it didn't work. It didn't happen. Anyway, I did not mean to do that. Back the other way. That guy just got nailed. Sit down. And Andre made the save and covers with 3:41 to play. But my goodness, what a hit! You could hear that one from Mars. There's Don behind the glass. And we lose the face-off off or the puck off the tie-up. And now Orlov got puck jacked. Shot! Ottinger says no. He's been solid all night. Here we go. Niederreiter with 2:20 to go. Shot! Temper said no, and he will drop it to the ice and pass it to his teammate to get restart. 1:45 there. What a hit! And they don't pull their goal yet. The Brust just got hit hard. Wenberg tried to hit his guy, but didn't do anything. There's Keller. 1 minute to go. They haven't pulled him yet. I don't know why the CPU waits so long. And now there might be a fight. There is a fight. It's Smite versus Charon. I might be bunching both of those names. It's the Arizona captain I'm fighting. I didn't even know that was their captain. But I can see a C on his jersey. I might lose this fight because the Dunham's player's energy is 0. And that might be it. And it is. as the Coyotes captain most likely is out for the rest of the game. He does win the fight, though. It might fire up his team, and then the camera is camera down to 1 energy bar, but there's only, what, like 53 seconds to go. So it looks like 5 minutes each for fighting. No power plays for either team, so it's still 5-on-5. Face off in our zone, but I don't know why the Coyotes haven't pulled their goalie yet. I don't know. CPU waits so long to pull their goalie. Here we go. Back the other way. Here's Palmieri. Back door! Oh, right on in front. Silverberg was denied by Temper. 43.8 to go. But the CPU does wait forever to pull their goalie. Like, in real life, you pull it maybe like a minute 45 left. The CPU usually doesn't pull it until like a minute left. Or in this case, it'll be less than a minute because face-off's in the Coyote zone. Here we have 43 seconds to go. We lose another face-off. They're pulling him right away, and oh! Oh, that was a weird. The goalie was coming off the ice, and he bumped into his teammate that had the puck, and then the puck went to a Dundas player, and the attempt in the empty net was blocked. And now Palmieri to the empty net, just missed it. No icing because he was on the Coyote side of the red line. But that was some weird stuff over there. Here's Brown, got nailed at the puck. Continemi, who has right now the go-ahead goal, and the puck's out of the zone, not in the net though. Bodied off at the blue line. 7 seconds. One last rush for Arizona. In for a buzzer beater. Brown got hit hard. Out of the zone. And that's the game. Dundas win 2-1. As we hang on to beat the Coyotes 2-1. It was a good game, but the Coyotes, or excuse me, and it was a good game, but the Dundas win the game 2-1. As the Dundas hang on to beat the Coyotes 2-1. And there's a salute by the Dundas players and the Dundas fans here at the Doghouse. In the middle of that salute, and in the middle of the Dundas players was their mascot Don. And there was the first goal scored by DeBrusque, and the second goal scored by Mary's Continemi. I might be butchering his name, which he gets the 3rd star. 1 goal, no assists, 1 hit. My goodness, what a game! What an ending too. What an ending. Second star went to Jake DeBrusque, 1 goal, 1 assist, no hits. First star might be Ottinger. Or it might be Wenberg, possibly, but Wenberg didn't even score. They did assist. It might be Ottinger, quite frankly. And it is Jake Ottinger. The first star had good save percentage, just over a 1 goals against average, had 24 saves on 25 shots. Head of a game for Jake Ottinger. Head of a game. As Clayton Taylor scored the only goal for Arizona. Jake DeBrusque and Yasmari's Continemi scored the 2 goals for the Dundas in that order. As the Dundas scored 1 goal in the first period, no goals in the second period, and 1 goal in the third period. And then the Coyotes scored no goals in the first period, no goals in the second period, and 1 goal in the third period. Out of the 3 goals in this game, 2 of them were on the power play. And the first goal was even strength, and the second goal and the third goal were both power play goals. And our power play goal is scored by Continemi 3 seconds into the power play. As you can see, it says 3 down there, 3 seconds of power play time right there. As both teams 1 for 1 on the power play. Both teams only had 1 power play. They both scored, but we also scored an even strength goal back in the first period. It was by DeBrusque. But, I mean, both goalies did well. Ottinger and Temper did really well. But, obviously, Ottinger gets the win, Temper gets the loss. Head of a game. As Ottinger, I believe it said, a 1.01 goals against average, I believe it said. If you know the goalies, I believe it would say it right here. Yeah, 25 shots against, 24 saves, a 960 save percentage, 1 goal against, a 1.01 goals against average. So 1.01 goals against average, 24 saves, and 960 save percentage. Not bad for Jake Ottinger. But man, I want to look at that one. Hopefully this camera doesn't die because it's down to 1 bar again, and I died a dough to the gym in like 20, and I also died out of the gym in like 25 minutes. But this is, the really funny thing is, right away after the Tigers won that own zone faceoff, or is the goalie not? Right after they won that own zone faceoff, the goalie was coming out of the... See, look at this. The goalie right away, after they won the faceoff, was going to the bench, which I don't have a problem with. The problem is, if you're the Coyotes, Temper ran right into, or really what happened, he was going to the bench for the extra attacker. The pass came across. Temper blocked the pass with his left pad and prevented number 3, which I believe was Yandel, from getting the puck, because it hit the left pad of Temper going off going off the ice, trying to go to the bench, or hit the left pad of Kemper when he was trying to go to the bench to get the extra attacker, went right to Palmieri, and his backhand, which was on the ice, is blocked by a Coyotes player just in front of the crease. But my goodness, in real life, I mean, you gotta make sure for the goaltender, don't block the puck from your own teammate, because that almost led to the empty net goal that would have ended the game. Coyotes ended up still losing, but if we scored an empty net goal right there, that was going to end the game, most likely. And in the end, we didn't have to have the empty net goal because we won the game 2-1. As the Dundon take on to beat the Coyotes 2-1, or as the Dundon take on to beat the Coyotes 2-1 here at the Doghouse in Austin, Texas. Big win for the Dundons. Big win for the Dundons. As we now have, 71 points in the year with, 19 games left, or 18 games left in that now, because this is our 63rd game, so we have 19 games left. And right now we have 71 points, and right now we're in a playoff spot by, somewhere between, 3 to 5 points. But yeah, next episode of the series will be the last game of the regular season against the Carolina Hurricanes at home. That will be the next episode of this series in this game, but I'm not sure when it's going to be in real life. It should be sooner than later, though, because I do want to get to the playoffs in this series as soon as possible, assuming that the Dundons do make the playoffs, which they will if they don't go into I want to get to the playoffs as soon as possible if the Dundons make the playoffs, which they will unless they somehow don't, unless they go on a 5-game losing streak or something. Unless they go on a long losing streak, they'll be fine. They control their own destiny. I mean, if they 19 games left or whatever, if they win 12 of them, they're probably in. So as long as they don't go on a 5-game losing streak, we'll be fine. Hopefully, unless we go on a 5-game losing streak, we'll be fine. And you guys will find out when and where, or not when and where, but you'll find out what and when the next video on this channel will be. You'll find out what and when the next video on this channel will be when I post it, which hopefully will be tomorrow or later today. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, guys, time to close on the board. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Tell your mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunts, uncles, pets, and friends about these videos. And I'm going to see you in episode number 5 of this Austin Dundons NHL 22 Expansion Draft Franchise Series. See you in episode number 5. And you don't want to bacon and go Dundons.